Welcome, welcome! Pranam, namaste. Today I'm here to share with you the simplest Ayurvedic morning routine. The idea of a morning routine is obviously very popular, but I do believe that the concept of a morning routine has created a lot of pressure and expectation that we put on ourselves because of what is out there, the information that is out there about all the things that we could be or should be doing for ourselves first thing in the morning. The one thing that I find is absolutely beautiful and timeless about the wisdom of Ayurveda is that it allows us to be very much in a harmonious way of living with nature. It doesn't have to involve a lot of complexities in terms of the different applications that Ayurveda presents us as a means to living healthy and optimally and promoting longevity in our body and in our mind. Particularly if you are someone that has a very busy morning, perhaps you go to work really early, or you have children, or you have a newborn, or whatever it is, you might feel this looming pressure of not being good enough, not having done all the things that you should have done to set yourself up for success in the morning. So the tips here in this video today are to show you a way that you can create routine and consistency, which creates an environment of predictability within your body. And this has an imperative, amazing result on the nervous system. It sets you up for success in that you feel calm, grounded, and stable without feeling the looming pressure every single day of doing all the things that supposedly make you a great person in terms of health and wellness. It's helpful to know that these tips are ultimately about improving your digestive function, as well as promoting a really stable environment for your nervous system. In Ayurveda, we really look to tie and trace all health conditions back to digestive function. If our digestive system is operating effectively and efficiently, then we will naturally find an immense improvement in our overall health, our mental health, our immune system, our skin, and so forth. So there's a real ripple effect here despite things being so simple. I think it's human nature that we tend to create an expectation of complexity. We make a big deal out of small things. The beauty of Ayurveda is that it asks us to simplify things, just to do small, simple tweaks and changes to our day-to-day life. And the consistency is where we find the value. First up, this is not going to seem like some amazing epiphany to you, but without going into too much detail, when we look to Ayurveda, we can see the Ayurvedic clock, which very much overlaps with the circadian rhythm. And this is really nice to acknowledge because there's so many aspects of science that are now validating a lot of the wisdom that Ayurveda has shared with us for hundreds of years. We want to rise, we want to wake up by 6 a.m. every single day. I could say to you, waking with the sun every single day. And this would of course be really harmonious, but the sun does change the time that it rises, no matter where you are in the world. So there is a feeling of, although being in rhythm with nature, inconsistency on a day-to-day basis. And this would be really difficult if you wanted to be nitpicky about really literally waking up with the sun. And depending on where you live, that may not actually work. You might actually need to be at work before the sun comes up. Rising by 6 a.m. I could go into a lot of depth about the Ayurvedic clock, but I want to keep this video fairly contained, short and sweet. But basically, we want to wake up before we move into the kapha dominant aspect of the day, which is generally between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., wherever you live. When we wake between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., we tend to be far more sluggish and lethargic. There's a heavy, slow, damp quality. So if we wake up before or by 6 a.m., we're more tapping into and honing the vata qualities that exist between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. It's said that these are the hours that ideally are devoted to our spiritual practices. No one expects you to get up at 3 a.m. if it doesn't suit you. But if you can get up by 6 a.m., this is ideal. And then of course, we're coming back to consistency, doing it every single day, even on the days that you don't go to work, even on the days where you don't have to go somewhere, but creating that safe, regular, predictable environment for your nervous system and digestive system. Waking up at the same time every day by 6 a.m. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule here, and you might be wondering, well, what do I do during daylight savings if that happens where you live? So for example, if you're moving your clocks forward, say in the summertime, and therefore in the morning 6 a.m. becomes 7 a.m., then if it works with your life and your work schedule and perhaps your household if you've got children, and you want to wake up at 7 a.m., which is technically 6 a.m., then that's fine too. It really is going to come back to what you can manage in your day-to-day life. So let's say you have a job and you have to be at work by 8:30 in the morning. So in the winter time, you get up at 6 and you make it to work in time. In summer, the clocks move forward. You still need to be at work at 8:30. But if you were to wake up at 6 a.m. regular time, that would mean that as per daylight savings, you'd be waking up at 7. I hope that's not confusing. And maybe waking up at 7 is not going to give you enough time to get ready for work. So again, you have to use common sense and your own internal wisdom to make it the best decision for you. Maybe you will have to adjust your body clock, which really daylight savings is not good for human health, but we have to sometimes plod along with what society expects of us. But ultimately, if you can really focus in waking up at 6 o'clock and also waking up at the same time every single day. The next tips I have for you really bundle together, and they really bring a lot of emphasis on elimination and getting the digestive system primed for the day. So the first thing is tongue scraping. I have a couple of videos here on YouTube about tongue scraping, so I'd love to refer you to those if you're not already tongue scraping or you're a little bit unsure about it or you want some more information about the practice. But scraping your tongue with a proper tongue scraper. Massaging the tongue, removing any toxic and undigested food and waste off the tongue, and obviously it's going to be great for your oral health as well. Next up, brushing your teeth. I'm sure you're already doing this anyway, but it's nice to really highlight here not only the oral hygiene and oral health, but that the mouth is really that first place where we take food and beverages in. It's the start of our digestive system. It's the start of our digestive health. So really cleaning the mouth and the palate out in the morning effectively, removing undigested food and toxins that are built up on both the tongue and the teeth, cleansing the breath. It's really resetting that first entry point of food or for anything we're taking in that we need to physically digest. We produce enzymes in the mouth, in our saliva, that are basically the first enzymes that hit our food that promote efficient, proper digestion of food. Think about resetting the mouth and your oral hygiene every single day for optimal digestive health. Another easy, super quick tip I have for you is to blow your nose. Even if you don't feel like you need to blow your nose, every single morning without fail, I walk into the bathroom, I scrape my tongue, I brush my teeth, and I grab a bit of toilet paper and I blow my nose. And you will be surprised. You might not feel like you need to. You might not feel like you've got sinus or congestion. I breathe through my nose through the night, and yet I still wake up in the morning, I blow my nose, and I still get rid of some gunk. It's really another way of removing anything in your body that your body doesn't need or want. Cleaning out the nose is another pathway to really resetting your body every single day. And then the real prime element of elimination, going to the bathroom, going to the toilet, and eliminating. So urinating and ideally having a bowel movement. If your digestive system is functioning optimally, you will have a bowel movement every single day at the same time approximately every day and in the mornings when you wake up. This is a reflection of a healthy, effectively functioning digestive system. No matter what anyone tells you, it is not normal. It is not okay. It is not safe or healthy to have less than a bowel movement a day. Perhaps you're watching this and you think, well, I have a bowel movement every day, but I don't go upon waking when I wake up first thing in the morning. That's okay. First of all, the best thing to do would be to do everything I've suggested here in this video, but also really dedicate yourself to as much consistency and regularity as possible. So you're setting your entire body, all the systems of the body, up for a very regular and predictable day or cycle or environment. If you need a little boost in the morning to get the bowels going, after all of the above, go and have a beverage, go and have a drink, something warm, something obviously hydrating, something like a warm cup of herbal tea or like a lemon ginger drink something that's not caffeinated, not milky, something really, really simple, but the emphasis here is that it's something warm. And you'll find that by having a warm beverage should get the bowels moving. Another great thing that you can be doing is moving your body. A little bit of yoga asana or a little walk or whatever you can manage to fit in terms of your, daily schedule and your environment and where you are. Moving the body is going to get the bowels moving as well. Moving the body, having a warm beverage, and doing these consistently every day so that you get your bowels into a really, really great rhythm, and this should do the trick. Of course, you might be suffering from some digestive concerns and maybe bowel related, and that's something that you're working with every single day. And so I'm not specifically speaking to medical conditions around the bowels and the digestive system, but just for the everyday person that has no major complaints, but looking to get themselves into a better, more efficient, more effective, more holistic and harmonious rhythm, obviously internally with themselves, but externally with nature and the environment. All right, my friends, there you have it. So really simple, waking up by 6 a.m., doing it consistently every single day, scraping your tongue, brushing your teeth, blowing your nose, and elimination, urinating and having a bowel movement, passing stool. If you can't pass stool, focus on warm, hydrating beverages immediately, and then moving your body, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Doing this every single day consistently will get your body into a really, really wonderful rhythm. These tips are not fancy. They're not blog worthy. They're not Instagram worthy, but they are really, really simple, quick, efficient and effective little tips that you can easily integrate every single day, no excuses, and feel the effects of these practices being implemented really, really quickly. Super simple, really easy, and very much there to lay a foundation for you. You may certainly add more things to this list of to-dos in the morning if you have the space, not only the time, but the mental space for it. Of course, weave in some meditation, weave in some breathwork, some pranayama, a run, fitness, exercise, some art, some journaling, whatever it is that resonates with you. You might like to do some self-massage, some abhyanga, have a warm shower. It's really going to depend on you and your lifestyle. And very much if you create this foundation that is very consistent and it's the same repeated frequently every single day, then the other aspects of your daily routine might change. So you might say do an oil massage on the body, Ayurvedic abhyanga, 2-3 times a week, and on the other days you do yoga or whatever. There is room for flexibility and versatility once we lay this steady foundation for ourselves. I really hope that you found this video useful. If you've enjoyed it, please like it, give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to leave me a comment below if you have any feedback or insights, or if there's anything that you found profoundly simple but really, really effective to integrate into your morning routine. Please take a moment to consider that your morning routine is really set up by your evening routine. That's a whole other conversation altogether. But the way that you set yourself up before you go to bed and the time that you go to bed and the quality of your sleep is ultimately going to impact your morning. How you get up, how you feel, what time you eat dinner is going to impact how you sleep and how your digestive system feels and functions first thing in the morning. So don't forget that. Yes, there's such a trendy emphasis on the morning routine, but the morning routine is truly set up for success if we give time and attention to our evening. Maybe making a really nice thermos of ginger tea before we go to bed so it's ready first thing in the morning, for example. Maybe laying out our yoga clothes or our yoga mat so it's ready first thing in the morning. Going to bed at least 8 hours before you plan to wake up at 6 a.m. to give yourself that adequate rest. It goes without saying, letting go of the screen time. Go and check out, research the science behind the temperature minimum. There's so many amazing, interesting aspects of science that we can weave into this conversation, but I will leave it there. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.